Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
At the beginning, we would like to shed light on the humanitarian crisis in Syria in general and in particular the situation of women there.
Right. Well, as everybody knows, the situation for people displaced in Syria and then the refugees outside of the country is very bad. But your point is really important. It's the most vulnerable, which is often women and children who suffer the most. And so my agency, the United Nations Population Fund, what we're trying to do is help it so that women have some of the services they need in terms of health, but also protection. Because the issue of women suffering violence, both domestic violence, even up to rape, all kinds of issues, including forced marriage, these are really important, destroying the well-being of women.
So what's your expectations about the outcome of this conference? Not only on the level of the materialistic level, but also for the issues like this.
It's really important because what's happening is that we're getting a lot of money, but what we also have to do is we have to raise people's understanding and consciousness about what the problems are. And I was really happy to hear the delegations today talking about the importance of women, the importance of combating violence against women, and if they understand that and we can get those messages across to societies and people in general, then we have a much better chance of combating the problem.
And do you think that we will need a third conference in order to solve this crisis?
Everybody hopes we don't. Everybody hopes, but I'm afraid nobody is very optimistic that we're going to be able to solve it within the coming year. It would be great, as everybody said, to have a political solution. But even if we get a political solution, even in a couple of weeks, not likely, but if we do, then we still have all of these refugees, all of these people are displaced, so the humanitarian needs are going to go on, I'm afraid, for a very long time, and we have to take that into account.
Yeah. What about the role of Kuwait in trying to ease this problem?
Kuwait has been fantastic, I have to say. I mean, the government of Kuwait has been so supportive by, for example, hosting this conference. But we, the agency that I work for, we got a grant from Kuwait last year, and it has been really vital for the work we do, including working against violence against women, but also providing services for women who are delivering babies. And one of the things that we always say is that when a woman is ready to deliver, there's nothing that's going to stop it, whether there's a war going on or not. So we have to have the services available to do that. And it's thanks to money from the government of Kuwait that we've been able to do that in so many countries. So that's fantastic. We really appreciate it.
Do you have a final word you want to say about this conference? About the crisis in general?
Well, what we hope, I think everybody summed it up well, was that we hope that there's a political solution to the crisis. But in the meantime, we have to have humanitarian access to all of the people in need. And so many speakers have talked about that, is that there are people that we cannot reach inside Syria, and we have to have, they're suffering, they're innocent people suffering, we have to have access to give them the supplies, the services, the food, the water that they need.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.